There's a secret force that makes some people impossible to ignore, while others are doomed to be overlooked, disrespected, and repelled. Ever wonder why some people command a room without saying a single word? Why does success, power, and admiration seem magnetically drawn to them? Meanwhile, others are stuck in an invisible prison, unnoticed, unappreciated, and constantly battling self-doubt, rejection, and failure. This isn't luck, it's not genetics, it's a science. And in this video, I'll expose the truth about aura that no one else will tell you. This is the same knowledge I give to my clients to help them have better health, better relationships, and make far more money. I'm about to guide you through a simple 5-step process of aura creation. And stick around until the end, because they all compound on one another. If you skip to the end, you're not going to be able to build your aura properly. But if you're ready to develop a magnetic presence, then let's get into it. The first step to building a magnetic aura is the most shallow, yet one of the most important. Step 1 is your appearance. You need to get as good looking as you possibly can be. We humans are far more shallow than we like to let on. Our brains are hardwired to be attracted to certain physical attributes. The number one thing that draws attention to someone is beauty. Celebrities are often good-looking people, and you will get more opportunities simply based on the way you look. So recently, this guy, Aaron Pierre, for instance, has totally blown up as an actor. Now, I'm a straight male, okay? But when I saw Rebel Ridge, I was like, this guy is about to be super famous. I think he's good at his craft, but he's a good-looking person. So there's tons of women now swooning over this man, right? Or if we use Kim Kardashian or a Bella Hadid as examples, the focal point of their brand, honestly, is based upon how they look. Now, you may be thinking, well, Seth, that's not fair. These people won the genetic lottery. I can't compete with that. This is not true. All you need to do in order to get better looking is to take care of your health. Eat well. Stop putting trash food into your body, okay? Exercise. Aim to get enough sleep, have personal hygiene, be well groomed, and for God's sake, drink water. Simply take care of yourself. And this aspect of taking care of your health has more benefits to your aura than simply looking better and being more attractive. It has a very deep psychological power on your aura, but we will get to that later. First, there's something I need you to understand if you actually want to build aura, and it relates to health. It's the second part of building your aura, and that is empowering yourself. So what does it mean to empower yourself? There are 7 areas of empowerment: your mind, your health, your relationships, your income, your wealth, your influence, and your spirit. Now, what you will notice about most magnetic people is that they are highly empowered in several of these areas. Let's use Jeff Bezos, for instance, talking about magnetism. He is the founder of Amazon and one of the richest people in the world. So Jeff is empowered in the mind. He went through a lot of failures to bring Amazon to where it is now. And he talks openly about how important failure is. And when you fail at things, it's hard. It's not the best feeling, but it does empower your mind. There is nothing that is going to empower your mind more than conquering difficult things. And this will relate to some of the other steps as we move along. Jeff is empowered in health. He's healthy and he's fit and far better looking than he was when he first started Amazon. He's empowered in relationships. Now, he was married for a very long time, now since divorced, but he has a new relationship and he seems decently happy. But relationships, they don't only have to do with romantic relationships. You need friendships, you need business associates, you need a network. If you are constantly on your own, trying to do everything yourself, you will become disempowered. Jeff's income is empowered. He built a business that generated a lot of cash every month. When you have money coming in, it empowers you because it moves you away from a state of survival and opens your mental horizons to what you can accomplish. And this is important because it creates a calmness. a poise in life. People are drawn to this because most people are far from calm and far from poised. They are worried about many, many, many things, including money. Jeff is also empowered in wealth. That basically means he can live the life he wants without income. His investments will pay for it. His assets will pay for it. He will have to try very hard to go broke. He will actually have to try to spend all his money. This once again gives you calm and it gives you poise. And it also makes you anti-fragile. You can show up in the world exactly as you want to because you're not worried about getting fired or your income drying up. You can basically have with or without you energy, which is attractive. He's empowered in influence. Jeff can literally affect the global economy through Amazon. And that is a tremendous amount of power and influence. Plus, millions of people want to know his morning routine. They want to know what he thinks. They want to know what he reads. They want to know what he does. If he tells everyone to do cold plunges and freeze like they live in the freaking Arctic, everyone's going to do it.
And that is not a good idea for all women because it actually raises our cortisol levels and our bodies don't react to it the same way men do. So check on your genetic pool first before you go do cold plunges, okay?
The more you know. Ladies, pay attention. Whatever Jeff Bezos says he does, a whole bunch of people are going to do it. This is influence. And it's an incredibly powerful part of aura. And finally, we have spirit. Spirituality is just your ability to change reality. And the other 6 empowerments I mentioned create your level of spirituality. When you are empowered, you know you can change reality. And that power gives you a level of aura that others are mesmerized by. So, what do Jeff Bezos, Mike Tyson, Kobe Bryant, Donald Trump, and Michael Jackson all have in common? These men share a quality that is essential for aura. And if you don't have it, your aura will never reach the maximum levels of magnetism that it can. That one quality they all have in common is that they have a mission. Now, to explain this, I need to talk a bit about universal law, particularly the law of correspondence. We live in a spiritual, mental, and physical world. If you want deeper details about this, just watch my Kabbalion Wealth series. It will explain it all in detail. But in short, everything originates from the spiritual plane, which you access from your mind, and what is within your mind gets imported down into reality. When you have a purpose, it creates a mission, and when you have a mission, it creates vision. When you have a vision, you have the ability to focus on how to carry out your mission and therefore fulfill your purpose. Now, remember how I said our brains are hardwired to be attracted to certain things. We as humans are drawn to people who have a mission. Because so many people in life are lost with zero direction at all. Yet, when you have a mission, you seem to have some sort of divine calling and are doing something that stretches beyond yourself. It literally stretches beyond yourself because it is helping you to cultivate aura, your auric field. Every single word you say or action you take is empowered by a deeper calling. When you have this sort of energy, people will be magnetized to your cause because they need a cause. They don't know their purpose, so they will hop onto yours and help you fulfill it. The first 3 steps I mentioned are all essential in developing aura, but none of these steps will work if you don't have these 2 qualities I'm about to tell you. They are essential for bettering your appearance, empowering your life, and carrying out your mission. So this leads us to the 4th step. You must develop discipline and congruence. Have you noticed that through this entire video so far, I haven't mentioned anything about speaking? Communication is important, and the most magnetic people are usually very great communicators, but not always. The fact is that aura is detected through the mammalian brain, the instinctual part of your brain, your subconscious mind. We detect things instinctively that we can't logically explain. This is why you see some people and you're just like, I don't trust them. There's something off about them. I don't believe them. Women tend to be quite in tune with this, actually.
I'm literally always right.
Yeah, it's true. When we meet certain people and you're like, yeah, I'm not sure about them. And then I'm like, no, it's going to be great. And then 2 years later, I told you so.
Actually, I don't say it. I actually refrain from saying I told you so because I don't like when people do that to me.
So this whole vibe, this whole feeling you get, what does this have to do with discipline? Don't worry, I'm going to tell you. So our mammalian brain can detect discipline. Okay, I could sit in the mall with you and watch people, and you would be able to point out the people who have discipline with pretty decent accuracy. Why? Because they're empowered in a particular way. It's in their aura. If you don't develop discipline, you will not become better looking, you won't become empowered in any of the 7 areas of empowerment, and you won't carry out your mission. Discipline is important because 99% of people in the world are not disciplined. If you want people to become magnetized to you, then you need to demonstrate something that they want. And what they want is an empowered life. And an empowered life is only going to come from discipline. And discipline, it links to congruence. This is super important, okay? Congruency is basically having your actions back up your words. Your body will give off very subtle hints when you are saying something you know is not true, or you're twisting the truth, or you're not disciplined about what you're speaking about. For instance, with me, every time I go to shoot a video, I either work out that day or I work out the day before. The reason being is I want to remind myself that I did something disciplined before I come on here and tell you to be disciplined. If you're telling people to eat healthy, but you don't eat healthy, your body will give off signals that other people's mammalian brain will pick up on. Some people, they're gonna be fooled by words, but they're usually more impressionable, they're more young, or even more desperate. People who are empowered, they will not get fooled. So it's very important that you do what you say because your mind knows if you're being dishonest. And dishonesty will taint your aura. People who are sneaky snakes, they have it embedded in their aura. It's in their energy. Others can feel it. That's why when someone screws you over, you always say, I knew something was wrong. I felt like it was off. I knew they'd do it, but I didn't listen to myself. It's happened to me multiple times, so I'm not exempt from this. If you have lack of discipline, incongruence, and lies, it will be within your aura, and it is a repellent. When I think of aura and I think of discipline, I think of Kim Yeji, who was a pistol shooter in the Olympics, and she's all aura. She went super viral because of just her vibe, her aura. And why does this relate to discipline? Well, she's obviously practiced for years to be a sharpshooter. She obviously has empowerment in the mind because it takes empowerment in the mind to master something. She's not a bad looking girl. She looks good. And she's empowered in health because in order to compete in the Olympics, you're probably going to have to be empowered in health. So her discipline and her other levels of empowerment allow her to have a sense of aura. You can tell that she feels good about herself and that she's given off all this energy that people were mesmerized by. So I think of Kim Yeji a lot when I think of aura in recent times. And this brings us to the final step, which ties it all together. This is the ultimate developer and booster of your aura. All the other 4 steps basically combine together to create and strengthen this final step. Step 5 is your own self-perception. What you think and feel of yourself is really the culmination of what radiates out into the world. So you got to ask yourself, are you confident in who you are? Do you look in the mirror and like what you see? Are you empowered in the 7 areas of life so you walk through the world with energy, with health, with safety, certainty, and with or without you energy? Do you have a purpose-driven mission that gives you a vision of the future that others can relate to and aspire towards? Are you disciplined and congruent so that you feel great about yourself and don't taint your aura with deception and lies? Do you do what you say? This all culminates in creating your self-perception, your mental atmosphere. What you think of yourself will dictate what your reality is, and it will create a powerful aura. And if you want my direct help in cultivating a unique and powerful aura for yourself, particularly so you can magnetize people to you and earn more money, you can work one-on-one with me for 6 weeks or join my Next Realm program to use the laws of the universe so you can transform your income online. Link for both of those offers is in the description below. I'll see you next time. From me and wifey, peace.